Student adjustment challenges. As we said earlier, this is something new for students too, and they will need to adjust to the changing mannerisms in which they are taught in the classroom. The first factor is the distraction factor. It is a distraction. With this gadget in their hands and with so much available on the gadget other than the educational tools, it is a temptation. How often have we teachers seen students looking down and not looking at us? Why are they looking down? Because they have the gadgets in their hands and they're doing something that they should not be doing with those gadgets in the classroom. So the distraction factor will have to be overcome by the teacher. Students will be distracted playing games, receiving messages, responding to messages from friends, and just surfing on the internet using Facebook and other applications is very common. And our students, because they've grown up with technology, are so good. They could actually look you, the teacher, in the face and be working with their gadgets underneath their desks, on their laps, without you even knowing that they are not paying attention to you. Adjustment issues must be dealt somehow. Second is affordability. These gadgets may not be as cheap as we would like them to be, and for many of our students, these are expensive. With every student not having a gadget, not being able to afford to buy the gadget, schools are not going to be able to provide these gadgets to all individuals. So that creates a challenge. How do you deal with all students not having their own gadgets? How do you deal with using maybe only one gadget in the classroom for the entire group of students? There are ways about it, but one needs to learn and one needs to experience and use and adapt according to the different situations that may come up in any particular classroom with any particular teacher. Third, education-focused usage. We want these gadgets and tools to be used for education. We want them to be used for teaching and learning. How do we guarantee that students will be using it with that focus in mind? What can teachers do? What can school administrations do? What can schools provide so that students will begin to understand that this is meant for education? It is not just meant for entertainment and fun. So, student adjustment mitigation strategies. What can we do to address those issues? One, parental buy-in and awareness. Yes, we need to educate parents that technology is taking over. The job market requires technology. Employers today are looking for people prepared with the use of technology and what to do with it. And so maybe they need to sacrifice, maybe they need to not do something, give up something in order to be able to afford these gadgets for their students. Or schools may need to look for donors and suppliers who would be more than happy to provide the necessary number of gadgets for a particular classroom. Two, lay out technology usage guidelines for school and home. Guidelines are important, not only in school but also at home, because we know there are lots of gadgetry at home that distract students too. For example, the TV with cable networks and cable television today is a distractor at home. How much time do students spend in front of the television versus trying to study and catch up on their assignments and work? So guidelines need to be laid out. When and how will you be able to use technology in the classroom, and when and how you will be permitted to use technology at home? Parents will need to begin to be a little more stricter and a little more observant and vigilant as to how much time their children are spending with technology uselessly at home. And finally, student training prior to technology introduction. Just like teachers, students will also need to be trained in the use of technology in the classroom. And this will make sure that the students understand why their teaching and learning modes are changing from paper and pencil, from print into digital. Once they understand the purpose of this, they will be more open and accepting when the teachers want them to move into the technology mode.